This is our first time hearing this, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
It's straight right into it. Here we go. Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's boss. It's fucking dope.
What is happening? All these.
Oh, I probably can't. This is probably a continuous battle, and it's probably erased my.
Yeah, it seems that way. Yeah.
Well, Ultima, you. Oh shit. All right, Sephiroth. I get your deal. He.
And barrier dice.
Yeah.
Do we have any sort of like dispel?
D-barrier, but it's on Vincent right now.
Oh, okay.
No, we got it.
Shadow Flare is going to hurt.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt.
This killed the man last time.
Well,
oh, miss! Sick! That's lucky.
Okay, we're gonna W magic Ultima. Now that he's D-barriered. What? Oh, it was double cast, right. Then go ahead and mine that cloud, and then... Are you enjoying this?
I am. First Final Fantasy song with lyrics.
Oh
wow.
Yeah, this is the coolest.
He's sort of like, he reminds me of like a Hebrew angel.
It's exactly what he looks like. And this is just Form 1, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, so show me his name at some point.
Oh, yeah, totally.
I kind of gave us Bizarro Sephiroth, but we should see what their names are.
I'll see how Sephiroth enjoys a nice Knights of the Round.
Going around and around with the Knights of the Round.
Like, I think the meta narrative here, that, like, in order to get this magic to defeat the ultimate evil threatening the planet, we erased the Chocobo and bred them.
And the only reason Chocobos had anything to do with it was just because of how bad our transportation situation was. And how our airship could not land on, like, a forest.
Exactly. We couldn't even just drop down like we did onto the planes.
We previously parachuted in this game, but it still doesn't want us to use that technology.
I should have a White Wind happening after this with Cloud.
Yeah, hopefully that saves Tifa for me. Strike back.
I certainly hope so.
Jesus, this is so much.
And she's got her 5 Ultimas coming after this.
You know what this reminds me of, actually? Do you know the Magic card Revel Arc?
No, I don't.
It's like this flying elemental thing that looks like a blob with wings, and it kind of looks like the bottom half of Sephiroth here. It's pretty cool.
That's really cool. Let's see how he enjoyed that. No, he's still kicking.
He's doing it. There you go. Ah, here comes the Ultima train.
I got some time to think about this.
Yeah. Legit.
Oh, Barrett's really low, so we'll just elixir him.
Well, if
why is this Mega Elixir? Oh, hell yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we have nothing else to use them on, right?
True. I just wonder if this fight goes on long, we might want it, but...
I don't think it will. I want to get a sick mime in, but... Ooh!
Pale Horse.
Yeah, that's not a one. Let's cast Flare on Sephiroth.
Okay.
We haven't used that yet.
Full recovery. Sweet.
Let's do a Comet. No, and then let's do
Ultima. You're just playing
Ultima.
with him because you think he can't kill you?
A little bit.
I think he might be able to kill us.
I mean, maybe.
You may want to big art again at some point. The barriers are almost dead.
Oh yeah, they're gone, I think.
Yeah.
Good point. Let's hope this really kick in spell. Supernova.
Is this his spell?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Holy shit. Oh, that is that the actual Sephiroth, the tree?
Oh, you might be right. He's doing math? What's happening here?
He's summoning a meteor? What is he doing?
He's summoning a supernova, I guess.
Into our it's in our galaxy.
That's our galaxy, yeah. It's gonna blow up the entire galaxy just to kill us?
No, is it zooming? This is like, oh my god! I fucking forgot about this.
This is amazing.
Holy shit! This takes the bottom at 0 thing to like a completely ridiculous.
Just blowing up the galaxy.
He's destroying the entire solar system.
Yeah. Because Jupiter's a gas giant. just go right through.
I really feel like based on this animation, we are not going to survive this.
Yeah.
I also feel like Sephiroth's like, you have a long cutscene spell.
I get one too, motherfucker.
I blew up the sun.
That is not a thing. There goes Mercury. He's just. Oh,
it just
I see.
keeps-
The thing he's doing is supernova-ing our sun.
Yeah, so it's gonna destroy Earth.
I thought he was like bringing a supernova into the solar system, but no.
Nope.
So he just destroyed the entire planet.
Yeah, this seems like maybe he should have just done this before, but
This feels like overkill. I don't know.
if it does like 3,000 damage apiece, I don't really know what to do. I don't know how this isn't just gonna wipe the party.
Feels like it would.
This is ridiculous. How long has this been going on? Ooh.
Wow. God.
Shit, okay.
Well, you got all your.
I hope I get a
bits.
heal in.
Yeah, for real. Oh no, she's confused. Oh shit.
That is really
I don't
cool.
think we've seen that one. That's dope. Uh-oh. Is she gonna kill somebody?
Okay. Barrett.
So does he have a cure all? Yeah,
Yes.
cure 3.
I don't know what she just did.
I don't know either, to be honest. It looked like she was trying to cast that on the party, but failing.
Oh, she cast her... Oh god, did she hit the party or hit Sephiroth?
That looked like Sephiroth. It was Ultima. Now, does he also have multicasts on Ultima?
I'm not really sure what happened, because I thought Tifa was the one casting... Okay, hold on. Did we not get the cure-all yet?
Not yet.
Huh.
You could have him mime it.
The cure-all?
Mm-hmm.
I know, but I think Barrett's going to act first. I'm wondering if I should limit. I'm going to do it. Oh, he's just going to kill Cloud. Okay.
Seems like me. Yep. Super dead.
Cool. There we go,
Yes.
okay.
Okay.
Oh,
But
okay,
Tifa
I need to
being
unfuse
confused,
Tifa ASAP. Yeah. Sick.
Wow.
Okay. Holy shit.
Is there a... Does Mega Elixir bring them back? Do we have a Mega Phoenix?
I don't think Mega Elixir brings people back.
Okay.
Barrett's just gonna fucking die. I should have healed him.
I
Unless we
think-
get to bring the other party in, but I don't think we do.
Oh, I'd be surprised.
Please do a single target thing. Okay.
Or do nothing. So just heal. And then he could bring Tifa back.
I'm worried that Barrett will die, so I'm gonna double heal.
Okay. Just Mega Elixir. Mega Elixir, I believe, also cures like all status elements and everything. It's just like a full,
Okay, dope.
full recovery. Boom.
Okay, so let's...
And confirm Mega Elixir does not pick
Oh
anyone
shit,
up.
Dean's a powerful move.
Dean, you say.
Uh-huh. I think this does a shit ton of shit. Okay, hold on.
Wasn't bad. Yeah, Big Guard, I think, is one of our keys to success here. Oh, he actually has physical
Oh my
attacks.
god.
Well, there goes Tifa again.
Not did max damage.
99. One physical hit. I still think this is recoverable.
Yeah, I'm just not sure what to do. Heal. So we need to do damage. I'm not sure what the best spell is. I guess Bahamut's Hero.
Terra Flare.
That's not gonna do that much.
Take you into space.
I need Tifa to be casting her spells.
Clearly Earth wasn't completely destroyed despite being right next to the sun.
Yeah, we're just fucking like around with planets really hardcore.
Yeah. Spending a lot of time in space.
We are. Okay, so I'm gonna have Barrett heal Tifa. I'm just gonna have a Mega Elixir of the party again.
Yeah, it seems worth.
And then I'll have Tifa W Magic Ultima. Oh, we probably used our Quadra already. That's
Oh,
why
is that
that
only
happened.
one?
I'm assuming that's what happened. I'm not sure what's better, Ultima or Comet, too.
I would assume Ultima, but I'm actually not. Whew.
See how much it did.
Ooh!
Oh shit, that's really good.
10K. So.
Okay, so we want a magic. Oh god damn it.
There she goes again.
Okay. Good job.
And see?
Shit. Oh, nope. Oh god, we have to sit through that again, and that's gonna party wipe us.
Unless it only reduces us down to right next to dead.
Maybe.
It seemed like it might have been like a hard amount. Wow, this is going to take 100 years.
Fuck. This isn't my fault right now. This is the game. How do I see our... I can't see it, can I?
See what?
Our fucking... barriers.
You can't see them on the screen.
It's really... okay.
I know Tifa didn't get them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. No, I don't...
Because she was dead.
I just don't know if we have any left.
Yes.
Beep, 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 beep,
I would assume there's...
I think I had Barret Mega Elixir, correct?
I don't remember. I can't remember if you ended up choosing Phoenix down to Mega Elixir.
Good point. Okay. Well, we'll get it handy. God. This is cool, but it also just makes this fight, like, extremely
so
stressful, because I'm like, if I die, like, I
Yeah.
get to sit through this, like, 80 times.
Yeah. Hopefully it just gets you within a lick of death, and then you can Mega Elixir yourself right back into it.
I hope so.
It also kills me that there's an Omega Phoenix. Like, come on.
Right?
This
Well,
is
we'll
also
see.
just truly insane for a boss move.
This is the height of Final Fantasy VII excess.
It is so self-indulgent, you know? Alright. Yep, I was right. It gets him within a sliver.
Okay.
That's the whole thing with that move.
Fuck. Damn it. I wasted a Mega Elixir. Cool story. Well... Shit. God. Fucking damn it. This is gonna kill me. Oh.
No.
I guess I can use Phoenix on.
I would have said White Wind from Cloud would have been good. Because he's at full health.
I'll take a Mega Elixir if I can.
Okay.
So we need to deal damage, otherwise we're not gonna kill him.
Yeah. You're not wrong about that. That's another 10K-ish. 8K, yeah, that's close. Now, I can't remember, does Phoenix heal the team?
I don't know, actually. Ooh, a very good question.
I feel like anytime we've cast it, it's just been on, like, world map trash, you know?
Yeah, good point.
Can I see that one? No. Wall. Oh, he's gonna put up his own barriers.
I'm gonna debury him.
That seems smart.
Oh, Tifa's a frog. Okay.
I
Cool,
guess
cool,
Mega
cool.
Elixir doesn't fix that.
Goodbye.
Alright, Shadow Flare miss one
Wait,
time.
is she silenced? Why can't I use my
She's
material?
frog.
Oh, Mega Elixir did not cure frog.
Yeah, do not.
Fuck.
Barret's down. Okay. It seems silly to me that Phoenix, being, you know, Phoenix doesn't
I feel like
resurrect people.
in some of the other ones it
Yeah.
has restored the party instead.
Yeah.
Like the Esper, I think.
Yeah, I think that's
Like the
right.
Espers had more utility spells instead of just damage.
Yeah. Oh, it did bring back.
Oh, holy shit, it fully restored him. That's amazing.
That's
Okay,
good to
so...
know.
Um...
I think you're in a position to do some damage if you want to. Oh, big hard smart. That's smart.
Okay. What do we got? Let's do Alexander.
Yeah. Hit him with everything we got. I mean, there's nothing else to do at this point. Just try to end him.
Cloud Mine. Okay, that's a full round of damage. this time.
Like how it had to make ground appear for Alexander to come out.
I mean... I also like the idea of just pitting all of the world's most...
Destructive
Yeah.
beings against each other.
That has to quadruple 9 him. No? Okay, that's fine.
Wow.
Fuck.
What's this now?
This is Supernova again.
Is it really?
If he does Supernova, I'm gonna fucking scream.
Please don't. Yeah, he just went up in the air.
Should I heal? No, I should do damage.
Just keep trying to push.
Give me more Alexander.
Oh yeah, if you can do more Alexander. This is a decent hit.
I wish I knew Phoenix did that. No, I like that he caught the Ultima instead.
Yeah, that's not bad. He can't have much left. Like,
How do you...
he has 160,000 HP.
I feel like we have done a lot of damage. Oh, he's doing something.
Oh, pet horse.
Cool.
Yeah, just straight killing Barrett.
Okay, that's fine. Of all the characters he could kill, that's, I think, okay. Tifa's just W magicking Ultima again.
Yeah, this.
Let me see how much this does, by the way.
By the way, because we keep forgetting,
3, 4,
this
5.
This is safer Sephiroth.
Save for Sephiroth, that's right. Okay. I
Which-
swear to God he has another form, but I could be wrong.
Oh, did we get it? I think we got it. I think we got it.
Do you think that's it? Maybe Bizarro and Safer are the two forms.
Yeah, we did Genova, then Bizarro, then Safer.
Oh, true, that was a triple boss
Yeah.
battle. I mean, this seems pretty final right now.
Yeah. He's like a angel centaur.
Yeah, he totally is.
There-
Well,
there
remember
goes
he
the
didn't have a
halo.
torso in the when he was suspended in the...
A lower half, you mean?
Or, yeah.
Motorcycle's contributing. Wow, he's just literally...
Disintegrating
Atomizing.
into the sky that is inexplicably in the middle of the planet.
Don't worry about it. There's a lot of things that are inexplicable about this sequence of events. Like how
True.
he destroyed the entire solar system.
Multiple times.
Yeah, more than once.
I mean, that's a pretty incredible battle.
Yeah.
This is all we could do.
Wait, what about Holy? What's going to happen to the planet?
That, I don't know. Isn't the rest up to the planet?
You're right. We've done all that we could do.
Are you free? Alright, everyone. It's no use thinking about it. We'll leave all our worries here. Let's go home proud.
What happened?
I feel it.
Coming in the air tonight. What?
He is still here. Still.
Cloud?
He's laughing.
Oh. Cloud! Oh, shit.
Mm-hmm.
What is happening?
Jesus.
Wormholing?
What? Holy? Or meteor? Oh,
Oh.
I do not remember this.
I've seen this screenshot or whatever. And
Oh,
for sure.
shit.
What? Oh no,
Yep.
I didn't know about this.
still get to see Cloud's ultimate limit break.
Oh yeah, on the slash. Just going wild on him.
I think that does more damage than Knights of the Round.
And in a fraction of the time.
Yeah.
Just who's the real Sephiroth? Oh shit. Just like that.
Live stream.
Time to wake up, pal. He's just fighting Sephiroth in his head? Oh shit.
I mean, it kind of makes sense. I think I'm beginning to understand.
What?
An answer from the planet. The Promised Land. Cloud's fucking shredded. I think I can meet her there.
Yeah, let's go meet her.
Hey, where is everyone?
Hey!
I'm glad you're all safe. I don't know who's talking.
They all seem to be safe.
But now what are we gonna do?
Holy should be moving soon. And that means this place will.
Lady Luck, don't fail me now.
His head is so small. Oh!
Same.
Oh shit.
Oh fuck.
Is that the high wind?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Holy.
It looks that way.
Oh god. The pilots are dead. Or maybe not. Shit! He actually swore in this cutscene. Oh my god, it morphed into a jet.
Of course it did. In emergency, pull to become jet.
Classic. Plane feature. Whoa. This is fucking cool.
Just Nibelheim?
I think so. The flower girl? Is that Marlene?
Kind of look that way.
Oh my god.
Just this terrifying apocalypse happening. Don't worry about it.
Oh my god, it's like forming hell tornadoes?
Blood nados.
That's what it looks like. Oh god.
Bye, Midgar. It's been real. All those people died.
Yeah. That's a horrible thing. Oh my god. Jesus.
Destroyed. Oh, that's the actual meteor. Yeah.
It's like, yeah. It's like a living tendrils.
Oh shit. It wasn't enough.
Wait a damn minute. What's gonna happen to Midgar? We can't let that happen. I had everyone take refuge in the slums.
Oh, that was Kate Sith.
Whoops.
But the way things are now,
Oh.
It's too late for Holy. Meteor is approaching the planet. Holy is having the opposite effect. Forget Midgar. We've got to worry about the planet.
But what can they do about this?
I really have no idea.
What's that? Oh shit. Live stream? Gonna fix it all up, make it all better?
Maybe.
Just gonna do a spirit bomb, summon all the prayers of the planet.
what the hell is that? What the hell is that?
Live stream. It's coming.
It's pretty wild.
This is amazing.
What? That's
Wow.
it? What do you mean? That's not a... What? What happened?
I assumed the planet stopped meteor.
Did they live? What? What happened? It seemed like they got nuked at the end there.
To me, it looks like Holy set up a little barrier around meteor and then summoned the life stream to protect the planet.
I guess. In that moment, though, like, everyone was like, oh, I'm getting all whited out and everything. And then you just see arrows for a second.
It's
Like,
really
it seemed
ambiguous.
Like, it seemed like they could have died or something in that moment. What the heck?
I know.
What happened?
Well, we beat Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, we did that.
Somehow. And we didn't even die on Sephiroth.
Sure.
Somehow.
It felt like we were close there for a minute to...
It did. That was actually really hard.
I think if the dice had rolled a different way, there's a chance that we could have died, where
Oh, yeah.
he does the summon and then he does an all-party attack
Mm-hmm.
and just kills everybody.
I think it's possible.
But we're just too good.
Too good at everything. Based on the story by Sakuguchi.
For Bizarro and for Safer Sephiroth, they get more HP and more stats for every party member that's at 99, level 99.
Wow.
And then if you used Knights of the Round, it doubles their HP.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I like that they built that in so you wouldn't abuse Knights of the Round.
Or just to make it a little bit more difficult if that's going to be your plan, you know?
You also really have to grind it though. If you want to use it more than once.
Yeah, and it's a ridiculous amount of AP, as someone pointed out in the thread.
Even if you double or triple growth it, I'm sure it would take a long time.
Yeah, a very long time. Oh, there you go. Just put
did
this
it.
one in the books. Done.
We're done.
We done it.
Yeah? I'm kind of thinking for the rest of this, I don't know, maybe should we make like side episodes or something like that for the bonus content? It's a lot.
It's whatever you want to do. The thing about side episodes, of course, is that...
They detract from our regular programming schedule.
Or they just replace it.
Right. But I think it's going to take so much time that we won't be producing anything fun.
Yeah, that's the real problem.
Because it's not going to take a couple hours. It's going to take...
Yeah, you have to sit there and just durdle.
Like, I feel like it will take 10 to 12 hours of grinding. I mean, we're only at level 56 or 65.
Well,
And we have to grind everybody up to 99.
if you wanted to come over on a Tuesday night for a stream,
We could stream it, that's true.
that would be an option.
Animators.
Anime tours.
Oh, good one. So what's next up?
We've talked about that a little bit. We still haven't made a final decision.
A Final Fantasy decision?
A Final Fantasy decision.
I think we should do Tactics next.
Tactics next? I mean, I'm down with that, for sure.
Yeah, I think that's what we should do next. Take a break from the main numbered entries. And
Yeah.
Tactics is... After playing this, like... I know I raged at a lot of the map stuff, but...
I think that's by far the biggest weakness of this game.
Yeah,
It's
and
just navigating the map. Like, it's just... Ugh.
And I'm totally willing to, like, just forgive the game for that on the basis of its age and for being really fairly new to setting up 3D navigation at all. Like, I'm sure there are other games that were still new that did it better, but there's so much that it does, and this story, I think, is just one that will always be really important to me and really close to me. And replaying it really just, I think, confirms that for me. It doesn't feel at all, like, you know when you revisit something like that, you worry that it will feel diminished, but it doesn't at all. If anything, it feels richer than I remembered it being, so. I really love this game, despite saying I hate it a lot of times. It was a love-hate relationship in those moments. And as someone pointed out, I think part of the reason I'm just a little burned out is because we spent so much time completing all completionist stuff.
Yeah.
So...
Although we would have ended up doing it eventually one way or the other, so...
True.
At least this way we got to do Knights of the Round and blow up the goddamn world.
Yeah, I mean, it was totally worth it. I just think there was a lot of traveling involved that
Yes.
I think you wouldn't necessarily normally encounter. Oh, excerpts from the Creation by Haydn. Wow.
I guess.
Ryan, what's your initial take on Final Fantasy VII?
So I like Final Fantasy VII. I like it better than at least half the games that we've played so far. So
Where would you, what's your spur of the moment ranking of the game so far?
5, 6, 7.
5, 6, 7.
Uh,
You like 6 better than this?
yeah.
Even with the World of Ruin?
Yeah. I think those are... I don't know.
We might have also diminished 6 a little bit in our eyes by doing everything.
I mean, I also think 7 does not have a great back half. I think the mid game of 7 is the best part. After you get out of Midgar, and when you have lots of like sequential events and you're meeting new characters and doing a lot of cool shit, that part's great. The back half where you have to like wander the world and find stupid shit in weird places, I don't like that as much.
I think so. Here's my take real quick on that, because I feel like with 6 and 7, we both went out of our way to do absolutely everything on the back half, which colored our experience of both. Because I think I feel still kind of ambivalent towards 6, but I think part of the reason is because we pushed ourselves through it instead of maybe doing it more organically, and we did that for this half too. We like interrupted for like 2 or 3 weeks of just moving forward, which we could have done in order to do all this other stuff that was not required.
But it's only like kind of, because in 6 we did really straight up everything, and in 7 there's still stuff extra, major stuff like super bosses.
Well, I think also the interesting thing is that Ruby and Emerald were only added for US release, so they were in some sense tacked on to the original vision.
True.
And I think the only other things that were new. Whoa.
500 years later. Nah, Red's got kids. He's a Firetail since when?
He's always had it.
Really?
Mm-hmm. He has it in the opening FMV. Is that still Red?
Yeah, Old Man Red.
Wow. Remember, I forgot he said he was young. Grandfather, I'm only 43 or whatever he says. Baby lions!
Baby red cats.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh, Midgar became like a Last of Us jungle run.
That's incredibly Miyazaki also. Like the castle in the sky. Red hasn't forgotten. Wow. So the world survived, maybe.
Yeah, the world survived, but I don't think those people did. But Red survived, so...
Well, I think the children's sound is supposed to mean that there's life.
Or terror.
I don't think that's
in my heart.
I don't think that's what that's supposed to communicate.
I wasn't ready for laughing children. Oh, there's your scales.
Mm-hmm. I also like that up until that moment, the game was bookended by Eris's face.
Mm. I'm looking for the end screen.
I think it just does this.
Oh, it just idles on this?
I could be wrong. God, I also find seeing Eris's face at the end kind of... like, it's very bittersweet. But it's kind of also really sad at the same time.
It sort of makes you wonder, like the whole thing with her sacrifice was, I thought that was to cast Holy, but then it didn't seem like Holy by itself was going to do it. And it's just, the planet itself needed to fight back.
I think Holy was the thing, like, Holy was cast. It was, like, stopped up by Sephiroth.
Mm-hmm.
I think after they unblocked the Sephiroth, Holy cast itself, and I think part of what Holy did was connect to the live stream to draw it away from whatever it was doing, like, and brought it forth to protect against Meteor.
Okay. So synergy there. Yes.
I mean, also if you think about it, like, too, like, Holy was deeply connected to the planet, like, and so it makes sense that it would harness its powers, whereas Meteor is coming from outside Earth entirely.
Yeah.
It kind of reflects the Cetra versus Genova alien conflicts also. Like Sephiroth and Genova kind of like infected the planet almost.
Yeah.
Because isn't that what they said? Like it was like some sort of disease that killed the Cetra too?
It's definitely described that way at least once.
Yeah.
Yeah, as for the whole 6/7 thing, I think at the end of the day, even though I didn't play 7 hands-on, I think I'd be more interested in playing 6 hands-on again. And also, for me, it's like, I don't know, I feel like it's a more compact package. This game is very sprawling. It's big. There's lots of different areas and stuff.
I think, yeah, that makes sense.
And some of them just don't feel as like fully realized, like they're just sort of like there, you know?
I think Final Fantasy VII is very much a kitchen sink game because
Yes.
they just threw absolutely everything they
Absolutely.
had into it.
I think that's a great description of this game.
And I think that makes it uneven, but it also makes it really special. I
yeah,
think.
there's definitely some very high moments, but there's also some low lows, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I am interested to see how, 8 evolves on the Final Fantasy architecture and ideas with better handle on the technology, because obviously there's some technological problems in this game.
Yeah, the tech is really... I remember 8 being really beautiful, and I really liked it when I played it.
I mean, I think the cutscenes are great. The pre-rendered backgrounds on a lot of the screens are good. Some of them are like really muddy and bad.
But also some of them are incredibly beautiful.
Yeah, there's some that are very, very beautiful. But, one of the biggest problems being that they feel like they were pre-rendered backgrounds that were almost rendered as like art pieces or, less, in some of them, less like actual levels. Because how you move from one point to another feels super muddy and indistinct and not really rational.
That's like my least favorite part of this game,
Yeah.
as you are no doubt aware if you have watched all the way through. Because it does actually it detracts from the aesthetic experience and also like the ambience and feel of the game when you can't easily navigate its environments.
Yes.
And not because there's a challenge to it inherently. It doesn't feel that way, like it's a fun puzzle like that's built in. It seems like it's just obfuscating like pathways, and that's not fun as a player.
I like the visual design of a lot of the enemies. I think
Yeah.
I still don't. I'm not clear on where the line is between problems in localization and just problems in what the fuck are these things called? Like why is there an enemy that's just Christopher? Hello.
I love Christopher, and I'm 100% here for naming random creatures in the middle of the earth that we only saw once. A flamboyant Jinko Jean raver boy with his like spindly llama.
Spoiler alert, that was not the only Christopher down there. We just didn't fight very much.
In our world, it was the only Christopher, and we murdered him.
We murdered the one last surviving Christopher.
I feel like Christopher was just kind of like, I'll save the planet from Sephiroth. I'll put me and trusty Lam Lam. Oh no.
But yeah, like the bestiary is just very bizarre. Like visually, again, I like the designs of a lot of the enemies. I think they look really cool, especially like we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Enemies that got translated from sprites to models in ways that like are both surprising and cool, and sort of lay the groundwork for the way that they sort of evolve over the next few games.
I think the other thing, just to like counterbalance that just a little bit, is that Square's localizations have always been like off the charts bonkers, like and like inaccurate all the time.
Yeah.
Like, and I think that's been true in all of the games so far.
And I gave that caveat of like I don't know where the line is between localization and just bad concepting. So I wouldn't say that there are bad enemy concepts. Mm-hmm. There are a couple that felt mechanically just shitty. Like I'm still. Someone explain to me goddamn magic pots. Like we gave them elixirs. What do they want?
I don't know, more elixirs, I guess.
More elixirs. Rude. Bosses were cool. I liked
The bosses. The boss fights were probably the highlight for me.
Yeah.
If the whole game had just been fun and unique boss fights, I would have loved it even more, I think. I know that's not like how games work, but
that's how some games work, but not Final Fantasy games usually. And
yeah.
I think there's part of the problem for me with this game is the mechanical Darth.
Yeah.
I feel like it's very hard to make the characters feel distinct from one another because they can all do the same shit that each other can do.
I think that's probably an overriding factor in maybe not the whole thing. Like I know a lot of people connected to the plots in 6 in particular, but I also feel like the mechanical stuff is part of the reason, because 6 has distinct characters, 5 has very distinct ways that you can build the characters out. Even in 4 also has those specific character differences. And you're right, this totally erases that.
Yeah, that's part of why I'd rather play 6 again than 7, is because all those characters have those unique mechanical identities, and you sort of expand on them throughout the game. You get more moves and stuff like that, and that to me is really fun. And in this game, yeah, you get more materia, but it's just the same for everybody. It's like I don't get more.
Well, here's the thing. I kind of almost, I don't know how people really feel about the materia system, but I also feel like, as a lot of people on the thread have indicated, there are tons of things that you can do with the materia to be interesting with the game. I think it's almost like a variation on the job system, because you can build the characters out in a unique way if you wanted to. And even in my like rudimentary way, I had the characters built out a certain way. So it's not inherent in the characters, but I definitely had certain like mechanical personalities for the characters I was playing, even though they were kind of transferable at the same time.
Yeah, I think that to me is the biggest thing, is that there's no difference between Barrett holding this set of 16 materia and Cloud holding this set of 16 materia, except one is long range, and like that's really it.
I think their individual weapons and limit breaks are cool.
That's true.
I also feel like if you replayed it, like if you played it, you would find the materia system and be working with it and exploiting it unique and interesting.
Yeah.
To a degree.
It might be the kind of thing I'd find more interesting to actually have my hands on than it is to watch.
I mean, people had all sorts of synergies that they were talking to us about that we just kind of didn't discover or use.
Well, and part of that is because it's not necessary. The game is pretty easy, all things considered.
It is.
We
I mean,
rarely struggled in terms of combat, if ever.
That's true, I think. I also, to some degree, feel like that's true of a lot of the Final Fantasies.
I agree. I agree 100%.
To be honest with you, like, that is also my part of the reason, like, I'm not especially interested in Fiesta, because I get you can create artificial, you can create limitations, and that part is cool, but, like, as just the game as a whole, a lot of the stuff that you can do, a lot of the jobs still feel unnecessary. Like, you don't actually need to use them or do any of the cool exploits to actually beat the game. So I think that's kind of part of it for me also.
To me, that's what makes Fiesta interesting, is because it forces you to learn that stuff.
Yeah, I guess I should just say 5 in general, not Fiesta. That's not what I meant.
Yeah, definitely a vanilla playthrough of 5 where you're just using everything. It becomes like, how do I want to break the game today? And you don't have to play with, over half the classes to do that.
And that's kind of what I'm saying. Like,
But Fiesta is really interesting to me because it's like, well, I don't have access to this particular spell, which is how I always beat this fight, so what am I going to do? And figuring that out is, like, really interesting. So.
I mean, that is cool. I think that is a cool thing. I just think as a whole, the games don't necessarily... Like, I feel like a lot of them, I wouldn't necessarily want to replay soon.
I think that's why this culture of challenge runs that surrounds Final Fantasy games crops up in basically all of them. Like, you go on game FAQs and you see all these weird challenges for almost every Final Fantasy game, and I think it's just because they are easy at the core, but most of them have, mechanical structures that allow you to, really exploit stuff. So if you take that away and make it, a different kind of challenge, that's what makes it interesting.
Like, I'm sure you could do that with 7 too, and just be like, you can only use one type of materia or something like that.
Or
no materia.
Yeah, that's definitely out there. So.
Yeah. I think overall the thing that I love most is the story and the characters. Like, I definitely think that this game has the most alive characters of any game in the series so far. I think that's, to me, like, the quantum leap, is that the characters feel like people in a way that the characters haven't necessarily felt up to this point. Like, I really loved 4 as a kid, and I feel like 4 didn't necessarily hold up in the same way. Even though I still really love it, and I love those characters, but it doesn't feel as immediately emotional as 7 does for me.
I think part of it is that 7's characters are more relatable because their world feels more like ours.
I think that's a really good point. Yeah.
I think it's a lot harder to relate to high fantasy characters. Like, it's hard to relate to the paladin who's, down from grace or whatever.
Well,
versus a dude who got recruited into the military and like lives in the city. Like,
I mean, that's really true. I think the nature of the relationship is different. Like Final Fantasy IV high fantasy stuff, it's more of like, on some level, it's a mythical like relationship. It's like you might relate to the idea of Cecil confronting inner darkness, but it's like in a large archetypal kind of way.
Yeah.
I mean, I think even then, part of what made those games really special is that they turned. I mean, it was kind of like micro opera. You know what I mean? Like, so there are things to relate to and lots of emotional moments. But I think the huge breakthrough is probably partly what you're saying from that new setting and context. But it's much more immediately emotional.
Yeah, I think like this game represents a major step deeper into the science half of science fantasy that Final Fantasy has always flirted with. Mm-hmm. As a series, it definitely started much more high fantasy, and as time goes on, it becomes much more science fantasy. I think 7 is a watershed moment for that sort of aesthetic migration.
I mean, I agree. I think that's absolutely true. They flirted with it from the very beginning, in sometimes very overt ways. But I mean, as we saw too, this is literally light years away from straight up D&D copies from the Monster Manual and stuff that Final Fantasy I was. And even just like Ultima style, like elemental, bosses and stuff like that, elemental dungeons. And I think it's part of its reputation too is just what it did for narrative in games, especially console games.
Yeah, definitely.
I still think it probably did genuinely leap games as a medium forward to a certain degree in terms of what people expected from games, and it was uniquely cinematic in a way that a lot of other games weren't. There's definitely a lineage of that being developed in other Final Fantasies, but I think it's really that's the part of the game that I think people are here for, more so than the mechanics.
It is interesting how you kind of moved from this wild mechanical exploration of the 8 and 16-bit eras, and then with 7, you move into this, in all genres, this more cinematic storytelling style that really culminated in the last few years, and then now you're seeing everything explode back out with indies doing weird things with mechanics and trying out new stuff, especially with new technology like VR and shit like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
just sort of going through these phases,
I definitely think that Final Fantasy never quite... to a certain degree, I don't think that it really grew past 7. It just kind of kept making bigger 7s, in my opinion.
In a way.
I mean, kind of high concept...
I think 15 is a big departure from this structure.
I think 15 is. I mean, a lot of the other games feel 7-y in their way.
And that's why, to me, 13 feels like they identified all the stuff that makes this work and figured out how to just do the good stuff and not do the bad stuff, and then really laser focused it. And it came at a time when everyone was like, we're done with cinematic games, show me something new and interesting to play with. And so it got unfairly panned.
As I've said before, I really like the mechanics in 13. I'm not wild about the story or the way that it's presented.
Yeah.
I actually really didn't like that aspect of the game, partially because it did feel... Maybe just the messiness of 7 appeals to me because it is, by default, and probably out of ineptitude, sometimes just creates these weird ambiguities that I nonetheless find very rich. Whereas 13 does feel to me very defined to the point where it recaps the narrative over and over. And I don't think that's necessarily bad, it just appeals to me less. But I really liked a lot of other aspects about it. It's just kind of ironic for me because I like the mechanics and the aesthetic experience more than the actual narrative.
Yeah. And for the people that like 13, I think a lot of them have the opposite view.
Yeah, I think that's true. Most people hated the battle system, I feel like.
I think a lot of people didn't like it, partially because I think a lot of people didn't understand it because the game doesn't explain itself very well. It explains all the least important things about its battle system and never talks about the stuff that actually makes it interesting to play.
I mean, I think that's a major failing, but...
And then you learn all that stuff in the post-game because you have to or you will not win the fights
there.
So
I don't think Final Fantasy's ever really been great about that.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think part of the thing for 13 that I love is that I think it finally, for me, I don't really like a lot of the battle system or mechanics for most of the Final Fantasies. Like, I still just, like, go back and forth between thinking about, like, to some degree I'm always just like, why am I doing this? Like, you know what I mean? Like, why am I playing, like, what's the end result of the battle system? And a lot of it you can just feel like straight up attrition. And because you can just overpower it, it doesn't...
That's definitely what we just did in this game.
Yeah, I mean, like...
Just a numbers game.
There can be strategies, but I feel like because it... Like, if you take Dark Souls or something, a game like that, like, I guess you might potentially be able to overpower a boss, like, in some ways, but most of the time you have to learn a strategy in order to get past it.
To do that kind of stuff usually requires so much insider knowledge and, like, core competency with the basic
That's what I'm
systems
saying.
to do stuff way out of order.
These games don't require that. I think that's the thing. Like, if it required that, the experience would be very different for me.
Well, I think that's also what's going to make Tactics so interesting, because
Yes.
that's a game that's pretty much entirely all
Yes.
about its mechanical identity and the way that you play with it. Where, you know, I know that there's a story and stuff, but, like, there's a reason Tactics happened, and then strategy RPGs as a genre kind of exploded a few years after that. Like, especially in the PS2 era, there were a lot of strategy
There
RPGs.
were. The Tactics, though, is so bomb because the battle system and job system, I think that's the absolute pinnacle of Square's job system. It doesn't feel like 5 for me, where the jobs don't matter. They matter very deeply. It's hard as shit. Grinding out of it is not necessarily the easiest solution because you have to invest a lot of time to fight those battles. And
Yeah, that's true.
and the story is really cool. It's has lots of bizarro elements, but it's also, like, attempted to be deeply political at the same time and kind of do like political Shakespearean intrigue, and I find that really, really neat. So
Have you played 10-2?
no, but I'm, like, very much looking forward to it for the same reason.
I'm
I like
interested
13.
to see your execution, or your opinion of the execution of the job system in that game, because for a lot of people, that's the best version of the job system.
See, that I'm so excited for.
For people who can get past their, you know, male fragility with having a cast of women sing pop song. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's a big reason why it was panned.
I mean, that
Because
doesn't
it's a
surprise me
girls'
at all.
game, quote unquote, you know. So,
Feelings I have about this.
but the job system in that game is incredible. It's really fucking good.
I mean,
And, like, it not only does it incentivize you to be comfortable and competent in how each job plays, but also be comfortable and competent in switching between them dynamically in battle to get additional bonuses.
that's totally 13-ish.
But it's there's a lot more jobs in 10-2.
Yeah, I'm stoked for that. And also,
And the way that you can swap between them is structured on these boards, and that's all this.
that's so cool.
It's really rad.
I mean, like, and femming it, like, really hard is awesome to me. Yeah.
Anyway, this is a lot for the end of this, but
We're podcasting now.
yeah. Welcome to the Final Fantasy VII after party.
I think it's okay to spend a
Podcast.
little bit of time talking about the game after we've spent 60 hours playing it.
This was the longest game.
Oh, yeah.
This will
Oh,
be
yeah.
over 110 episodes. I'm not sure exactly how many, so quite a bit.
It was an experience. I'm glad we could visit it together.
Yes, I'm glad I finally seen the full
Me
Final
too.
Fantasy VII experience. I can say I have it under my belt.
Absolutely.
Been there, done that. So,
Totally.
and I'm looking forward to Tactics. I'm looking forward to 8.
Yes.
There's a lot more
I'm
cool stuff in the PS1.
so
generation.
looking forward to 8. Yeah, the rest of PS1 is going to be really exciting.
For sure. All right.
Well, thank you for joining us. If you have watched all of them again, please comment on this video and let us know. Because we
Yeah.
really appreciate it, because this was especially through the latter half, it was something of a slog. I'm sure it was a little bit of a slog to watch.
Especially for the side stuff videos. And
That's what I'm saying.
there was at least one person that straight up said, like, I don't watch it if it's not main plot. I'm like, that's fair.
That's totally fair. I don't whatever.
You do you, man. But yeah, I want to know what you think. If this is your first time, definitely want to know what you think. If it's your subsequent time, let me know how it's changed, if at all. How we've ruined Final Fantasy VII for you forever just by playing it so flawlessly.
Yeah, how terrible our voices are. I think Ryan had MVP with Barrett's voice, though.
I think I kind of lost Barrett's voice at the end. I think my early episodes with Barrett were really good. I was pretty pleased with it, and then like later on, it would take me a couple lines to really find that voice again.
I lost all the voices at the end of the game. Like, I don't know. I think we also fell out of disuse for a couple weeks. So
yeah,
you know,
yeah. When you do side stuff and you don't have to voice anything, you sort of like forget what you're doing. Anyway, yeah, let us know what you think. Thank you so much for watching.
Yes.
By now, Tuesday streams have already started back up, and I'm keeping that to my schedule. So join me for Final Fantasy XIV's shenanigans, which is going to be most of what those streams are until forever from now when I'm done with 14. So, but yeah, and then join us next time for, I believe we're going to go right to tactics. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah.
Let's do it.
So look forward to that.
Major change of pace in terms of mechanics and story.
For sure. But thank
See you next time.
We love you forever. Bye.